Yo, Adam,
What's up with my boy?
What it do?
What's up, dog?
Respect this man, man. You got the Weezer shirt on?
Bro, hold on. What you just got done doing, bro?
The Weezer shirt, huh?
Your ass is out on camera. You selling crack. What the fuck going on?
Hey, don't ever do that shit ever again in your life.
Bro, what the fuck going on No Jumper?
So we've got 3 platforms when it comes to the culture, right? We've got No Jumper. We've got what? Academics. I don't know if you would even call Vlad a platform, right? Like No Jumper is probably like one of the biggest platforms for artists, right? When it comes to, you know, content and interviews and shit like that. But, you know, Vlad doesn't have people just come on, right? He interviews everybody. But, you know, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and he asked me, he said, with you knowing what you know about Adam 22 and the hatred that you have for him, because I totally, if I'm a hater, I'll be that. I ain't got no problem. But yeah, Adam 22 is a motherfucking parasite in a cancer to the culture at large, 100% in my book. But he asked me, he said, knowing how big No Jumper is and how going on No Jumper could propel your image or your story, how it could really get you out there and really help your career take off more, would you go on No Jumper? And for me, you know, I thought about it for a second, but it really is a no-brainer to me. Like I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? For me, I'd rather take I'd rather take the stairs to success, you know what I mean, rather than take the motherfucking elevator up here when I know who this motherfucker is. You know, like a motherfucker like Adam 22, you know, motherfucker, I can't fuck with you, period, point blank. I gotta stand on something. You know, at some point I'll be in the casket and they can say there's a man in that casket. You know, I'm not a 2000s baby. You know what I mean? To me, you know, I can't take away from my integrity. I can't know that this dude is a piece of shit and ultimately use him like he's going to use me in any kind of fair trade-off. No, I can't. It's not my forte. It's not my style. That's not for me. Can I see why a lot of motherfuckers do? Of course I can, without a doubt. I mean, shit, motherfucking career, he's going to get you in front of thousands of people. He's going to help your career and all that. But, you know, we do our due diligence into who Adam 22 is, first and foremost, in his family and his roots. Let's take a deeper dive into that real quick.
15, Adam will reintroduce No Jumper as his own YouTube channel, where he would eventually begin interviewing the biggest underground music acts. His YouTube career would reach new heights when he gave XXXTentacion an interview early on in his career. This interview is currently sitting on 19 million views as we speak. Definitely a career-changing interview for both Adam and XXXTentacion. Now, many of you might already know how No Jumper started, but what many of you might not know is who Adam 22 really is. Ever since I first saw Adam 22 in his No Jumper show, I felt there was something off about him. I always questioned how a man like Adam ended up becoming so influential within hip-hop culture. He seemed to have come literally out of nowhere and created a hip-hop platform overnight, interviewing an endless supply of celebrities. But who exactly is Adam 22, and how did he get to where he is today? When researching Adam, I found a lot of interesting information that to me paints a clear picture of who Adam 22 really is. First off, we must talk about Adam 22's real name, as it helps a lot with revealing who he really is. Adam 22's real name is Adam John Grand Mason. Just off the last name alone, you should already know something is off. As it turns out, the Grand Mason family is very well connected with some very important people. See, Adam 22's father, whose name is Philip J. Grand Mason, actually worked for Bill Clinton. Adam's father and Bill Clinton were very good friends, with Adam even attending parties and events hosted by the Clinton family. Adam's father was so close to Bill Clinton that Bill even pardoned Adam's father for his felony fraud charges that he was facing. Adam even admits his connection to the Clintons in an interview he did.
On the your Wikipedia, it says that your father was really good friends with Bill Clinton.
He was.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
The whole thing. My dad was like a Democrat working on local campaigns and stuff at that time when I'm in like second grade. And so my dad's like helping him out and was like a part of the campaign. Like we would be going to Bill Clinton events on the weekend when I was a kid and stuff. And yeah, my dad helped him win his initial presidency. My dad went down for a like basically like a corporate crime type thing where he was like accused of misusing his power in the local government to award a contract to his employer. So my dad goes to prison in like 95 for like a year, and then when he gets out, Bill Clinton leaves office a couple of years later, and Bill Clinton gives my dad a presidential pardon.
Awesome.
As you heard for yourself, Adam admits that his father and Bill Clinton were good friends. Now, we already know what kind of friends Adam's father and Clinton's were. They were Masonic brothers. It is common knowledge that all the presidents are Masonic puppets who look out for other Masonic puppets.
None of that stuff is made up. None of that stuff is conspiracy. That shit is factual. It's real shit. Like, there's no doubt about it. And what we've seen of Adam 22, right? We've seen that he is definitely a homosexual. Ultimately, he's making tons of money on his platform when other people that have been the pillars of his platform have been done wrong many times, numerous times. None of the people that he started with are still there, you know, other than maybe Josh, like the white people, and you know, other people who are just in position, you know, to make money off the culture. You know, this is when someone says this is not your culture, this shit is surely not his culture. Now, Adam 22 would probably tell you that, right? This ain't his culture. He don't give a fuck about that. But he's well studied in the culture. You know, he comes from BMX bikes and, you know, all that other shit, right? But now, you know, here he is, you know, and looking at Adam 22, if this was a prison yard, like, this would be your go-to Aryan Wood right here. But just in Wood tendencies, right, this motherfucker is destroying hip hop, right? He makes a mockery of it completely, like just the way that he plays. And it's crazy to me because in LA, right, I think of LA of being like, you know, the home of gangbanging and all this shit right here. He make a mockery of LA with the shit he be doing in the little beefs and online drama and all that shit that he fuels with his platform so he can make a monetary gain off it. But I mean, motherfuckers are willingly dumb enough to motherfucking play into his motherfucking equation. So, you know, touche on it, right? Motherfucking let the blind lead the motherfucking blind. But, you know, for me personally, yeah, I couldn't make that handshake for nothing. But once again, I do see why this generation and motherfucking younger motherfuckers and rappers, like, I can get why they would go on there and not give a fuck that he's a child molester, a motherfucking homosexual, and suspected all kinds of other shit.
I spoke about how Atlantic Records ended their deal with Adam after allegations had surfaced of him claiming that he had been with girls that were not old enough. Back then, Adam did everything he could to have this scraped off the internet, with for the most part, people forgetting all about it. Even I didn't see people reacting to it when I mentioned it during my video. People were more focused on the fact that he was a Masonic puppet and the fact that he also responded to me. For whatever reason, Adam firing his employees sparked the internet to want to bring up the allegations all of a sudden, which caused rapper Lil Pump to come out and call out Adam for something he had done years back when Pump was only 16.
Adam was girls that was the same age as me when I was 16. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? You are a straight pedo.
Back when Lil Pump was 16, Adam filmed himself hanging out with Lil Pump while he was doing stuff with his fans. Pump even accused Adam of getting with those very same fans that were the same age as Lil Pump at the time. It's becoming more and more obvious that Adam might be into some disturbing stuff, especially when we look at these old tweets. Adam's old tweets are starting to make their rounds around the internet, and the internet cannot believe what they're seeing. Old tweets of Adam shows that Adam definitely had something for girls that are too young for him. In this tweet, he tells young girls to go out with older men. Or in this tweet where he tweeted, "Brandon and I are developing a new dating site for little kids. Tagline, for kids that just wanna." He also tweeted out, "Was just looking at a girl's Facebook pictures and kept going to the old ones when she was 15 and realized I thought she was hotter then." Or this tweet where he said, "What's with all these cute little girls adding me? Send me a message so I know who you are." Or even this tweet where he tweets, "Can any and all hot high school students stop following me on Instagram? I have enough temptations in my life as it is." The worst tweet has to be this one right here that I'm not even gonna attempt to read. It's obvious Adam 22 is into this kind of behavior, and I believe his Masonic alliance is what's kept him from being behind bars.
Why should you care? You about to gain notoriety and you about to have an interview on one of the biggest platforms. But, you know, I think that's the big difference between the generations, right? Like my generation and then y'all 2000s babies, you feel me? Like my generation at least gave a fuck and still does about integrity, about their reputation, about their name, about who they fuck with and who they don't fuck with. Like, that shit really do matter. In today's world, though, I know it don't matter. Fuck it. He ain't tell on me, right? Motherfucker ain't tell on me. Fuck it. I don't care. Hey, shit, fuck it. He ain't tell on me. That'd be the mind state, right? But I mean, this is a whole other world for a dinosaur like myself, right? Because I mean, shit, you got motherfuckers all day long. You got motherfuckers with Grammy-nominated albums that are motherfucking known, you know, motherfucking yes ma'ams and shit. You feel me? Like, you know, like, but I don't know. All this shit is just, you know, something else to me. But No Jumper, right? Like, you know, it could do a lot of good for people, you know, I guess, you know what I mean? If entertainment, right? You don't give a fuck about that. That's real Hollywood shit, right? But, you know, let me know down in them comments. What would y'all do? Would y'all take an interview with No Jumper with Adam 22 knowing what he is? I mean, and if so, is it because you are a rapper and you would want to see your career go? Or at the end of the day, do you give a fuck about who really is behind that platform and their purpose and their agenda? Do you really give a fuck? Am I the only one or what? Let me know in them comments below. And I'm gone. Peace.